Hi guys, welcome. Ah! What the fuck? What fell?
That can stay in.
What fell? That's what I get for being cocky. What fell? What, like, you held that whole wooden thing up with a piece of tape?
Well, it lost the dock. An hour.
Oh my god, you can't even make that it's in my hair! You held it up with a piece of tape on the ceiling?
It held for an hour.
Guys, this is wood! Is that recorded? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna stay in. Hi guys, happy 4th of July! This is full on wood! Okay. Okay, hi guys, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Happy 4th of July. Okay. I'm going to watch that back. Right, so as you can see, I've not gone overboard much. No, as in my other videos, if it's not gone up before this, and this is the first one up. This was all sent to me by my, I'm not touching anything, lovely Gitanos, a big package from, like, I've forgotten now, like, Dollar Store, or Dollar Tree, or Party City, or one of them, and I was really excited to receive the package, and I got a huge box of, like, 4th of July bits and pieces, and very excited, and so I did some decorating for 4th of July. And I know I'm British, and I know I'm celebrating 4th of July, and that's okay, because I'm happy for you all. I think it's a good thing to celebrate. I'm celebrating with you all. Woo! I got scared then. That was a ghost from the past, coming to scare me for being British. It's like, BAM! British bitch! Okay, stop. So, okay, we're here to react to Spangled Banner as you've never heard it. I have no idea. Well, actually, no, I do. I've been told that this one is going to be interesting. It's more of a story as opposed to a song. That's all I do know about it. And it doesn't shine a very good light on the Brits. Well, I mean, none of this really does, though, does it? But shall we? Should we listen to it? You guys like me so much. So I'm a Brit that you like. Let's remember that today, shall we? Let's remember that I'm a Brit that you like. And I'm celebrating the 4th of July with you guys. Happy 4th of July weekend. And I'm celebrating your independence with you. And I'm taking it very seriously. And happy 4th of July, everybody. So, no, apparently though, this is actually quite moving. So, let's hear it. If you've heard it, let me know down in the comments. I'm about to hear it for the first time. Oh, wait, guys. If you don't know, I do have to pause this or it will get booked, and I don't want that. So, I'm not being rude, annoying, or disrespectful. I can be all of the above. That's not what I'm being in this instance. I have to do it, so.
There was a lawyer once. His name was Francis Scott Key. He penned a song that I'm sure you're aware of. You've seen it. It's in most hymnals throughout our churches. It's called the National Anthem. It is our song as an American. We go, however, to a ball game. We stand in our church services and we sing the words of that song, and they float over our minds and our lips, and we don't even realize what we're singing. Most of us have memorized it as a child, but we've never really thought about what it means. Let me tell you a story. Francis Scott Key was a lawyer in Baltimore. The colonies were engaged in vicious conflict with the mother.
Okay, so from my understanding, this image here, is when the Brits, now this is my understanding, when the Brits burnt down the White House the second time. The second time they invade, from what I understand. Let me know in the comments.
Country, Britain. Because of this conflict and the protractedness of it, they had accumulated prisoners on both sides. The American colonies had prisoners and the British had prisoners. And the American government initiated a move. They went to the British and they said, let us negotiate for the release of these prisoners. They said, we want to send a man out to discuss this with you. They were holding the American prisoners in boats about 1,000 yards offshore. And they said, we want to send a man by the name of Francis Scott Key. He will come out and negotiate to see if we can make a mutual exchange. On the appointed day, in a rowboat, he went out to this boat and he negotiated with the British officials. And they reached a conclusion that men could be exchanged on a one-for-one basis. Francis Scott Key, jubilant with the fact that he'd been successful, went down below in the boats, and what he found was a cargo hold full of humanity, men. And he said, men, I've got news for you tonight. You're free. He said, tonight I have negotiated successfully your return to the colonies. He said, you'll be taken out of this boat, out of this filth, out of your chains. As he went back up on board to arrange for their passage to the shore, the admiral came and he said, we have a slight problem. He said, we will still honor our commitment to release these men, but it'll be merely academic after tonight. It won't matter. And Francis Scott Key said, what do you mean? He said, well, Mr. Key, he said, tonight we have laid an ultimatum upon the colonies. Your people will either capitulate and lay down the colors of that flag that you think so much of, or you see that fort right over there, Fort Henry?
Hold on, okay.
He said, we're going to remove it from the face of the earth. He said, how are you going to do that? He said, if you will, scan the horizon of the sea. And as he looked, he could see hundreds of little dots. And he said, that's the entire British war fleet. He said, all of the gunpowder, all of the armament is being called upon to demolish that fort. It will be here within striking distance in a matter of about 2.5 hours. He said, the war is over. These men would be free anyway. He said, you can't shell that fort. He said, that's a large fort. He said, it's full of women and children. He says, it's predominantly not a military fort. He said, don't worry about it. They said, we've left them a way out. And he said, what's that? He said, do you see that flag way up on the rampart? He said, we have told them that if they will lower that flag, the shelling will stop immediately. And we'll know that they've surrendered, and you'll now be under British rule. Francis Scott Key went down below and told the men what was about to happen. And they said, how many ships? He said, hundreds. The ships got closer. Francis Scott Key went back up on top and he said, men, I'll shout down to you what's going on as we watch. As twilight began to fall, and as the haze hung over the ocean as it does at sunset, suddenly the British war fleet unleashed. He says the sound was deafening. There were so many guns that there were no reliefs. He said it was absolutely impossible to talk or hear. He said suddenly the sky, although dark, was suddenly lit. And he says from down below, all he could hear the men, the prisoners, saying was, tell us where the flag is.
Okay, you guys, let me know in the comment section if you've already seen this. And if you haven't, let me know your opinion on it. And as always, though, keep it constructive in the comment section too. We know it can be a heated debate, but keep it constructive. Remember, we are friends now. Okay.
Although dark was suddenly lit. And he says from down below, all he could hear the men, the prisoners, saying was, tell us where the flag is. What have they done with the flag? Is the flag still flying over the rampart? Tell us.
It's important.
1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours into the shelling. Every time the bomb would explode and it would be close to the flag, they could see the flag in the illuminated red glare of that bomb, and Francis Scott Key would report down to the men below, it's still up. It's not down. The admiral came and he said, your people are insane. He said, what's the matter with them? He said, don't they understand this is an impossible situation? Francis Scott Key said he remembered what George Washington had said. He said the thing that sets the American Christian apart from all other people in the world is he will die on his feet before he'll live on his knees. The admiral said, we have now instructed all of the guns to focus on the rampart to take that flag down. He said, we don't understand something. Our reconnaissance tells us that that flag has been hit directly again and again and again, and yet it's still flying. We don't understand that. But he said, now we're about to bring every gun for the next 3 hours to bear on that point. Francis Scott Key said the barrage was unmerciful. All that he could hear was the men down below praying. The prayer, God, keep that flag flying where we last saw it. Sunrise came. He said there was a heavy mist hanging over the land, but the rampart was tall enough. There stood the flag, completely nondescript, in shreds. The flagpole itself was at a crazy angle, but the flag was still at the top. Francis Scott Key went aboard and immediately went into Fort Henry to see what had happened. And what he'd found had happened was that that flagpole and that flag had suffered repetitious direct hits. And when hit had fallen, but men, fathers, who knew what it meant for that flag to be on the ground, although knowing that all of the British guns were trained on it, walked over and held it up humanly until they died. Their bodies were removed and others took their place. Francis Scott Key said what held that flagpole in place at that unusual angle were patriots' bodies. He penned the song, "Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, or the rocket's red glare."
Oh, I need tissue. Oh, okay. I did not know this. Oh, wow. That definitely is a version of it as I've never heard it. I'm so glad I heard this. What about you guys? It's funny, isn't it, when you listen to the words like that? It's so very different. A lot of you probably have, you know, but a lot of the younger generation probably haven't listened to it like that. Or really listened to the lyrics, you know, probably sang it in school, sang it in so many different, but not listened to the
last gleaming, or the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that the flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet fly and wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? The debt was demanded. The price, it was paid.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets spread clear, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Oh, you guys. That was so worth it. I didn't expect that to be so good. Wow. That's like that reminds me of the first time I heard this other song. It was a similar thing where it was kind of talking, but then hearing the lyrics to the song, and it will stay with you forever. You know, it's one you'll recommend to other people. What did you think of that? I really enjoyed that. I can't imagine there's going to be another one I'm going to do in this set that's going to top that one for me, just for me. That's wow, it's a roller coaster of emotions going through that one as a Brit. That's an odd one for me because yeah, as a Brit, it's like it's an odd one. You feel like a whole bunch of different emotions. As a Brit, yeah, it's yeah, there's definitely a bunch of emotions in there. Oh, shame. You feel shame. I know, but it's, yeah. Especially when you feel so much for, yeah, I don't know. I'm going too deep with it. But that was a beautiful explanation behind the song and a beautiful explanation of the history. Yeah. But I think it's a good way to educate a lot of people too on the history because, I don't know, maybe a lot don't know. And I don't just mean Americans. I mean, a lot of people just don't know. They don't know a lot about the history at all. They say, you ask people, you say, what is the 4th of July? They go, well, it's Independence Day. And you say, from what? And they go, they don't know. But one thing I can say is we're good buddies now, right? We are good buddies now, and that's what matters. We got a good friendship now. I mean, you got better equipment than us, which completely sucks. You know, when we go out there in the desert, you guys have got some awesome equipment. And to be fair, you lend us some awesome equipment too. I've known you guys to lend some awesome equipment, or even basic equipment to a lot of our soldiers out there. British Army have got not a lot of basic equipment, vests and things that we need when we go out there. And you guys, a lot of the American soldiers will go out there and just give them basic helmets and vests and stuff that we don't have when they're out there in the desert. Yeah. But all round, we're good buddies now, so that's what counts. That's what counts. But yeah, beautiful piece of history. Sad though at the same time. So I'm going to end this one out there. But remember, I'm your favourite Brit. Remember that. So I won't say hit the thumbs up on this, but I will say come say hi to me in the comment section, and leave a comment down below and let me know what you'd like to hear me do, because you know, it's been a minute since I've done any reactions at all really, so let me know what you'd like me to get back to in the comment section down below on this one, and I'll see you in the next video. Shit, that terrified me, that absolutely terrified me. I think that was some kind of payback. Some like bad juju or something. Guys, I'll see you in the next one. Bye!